Sat down with the CEO of one of the major roofing CRMs and was talking with him and talking about text messaging and the automations and stuff that we provided. And I remember talking to him about how we were doing things differently when it comes to automations and text messaging and why that was important. And what he said to me was, I think you're overthinking it. If you just check the box, none of these contractors are actually smart enough to know the difference. And I'm paraphrasing. It wasn't quite that. It was very close to that though. And it shocked me. And I was like, what a terrible mentality when it comes to building a product is, let's just check the box so we can say that we cover it on the demos,
Yeah.
but then not actually build something that's designed to solve the problems. It's such a short-sighted way of thinking about building a product, especially a software product.
Well, and
And
20 years ago, 30 years ago, maybe that
work.
would have
Yeah.
worked, but there's so much more new information out there at your fingertips. And I'm not trying to like put the light on me, but I'm not your typical roofing business owner. I'm just not. But there are more and more people like me that are taking it as a business standpoint. And I'm not laying shingles myself, but I know business and I know automations and I know technology, and there's more and more people out there. Like, you cannot trick me. And there's people that are on top of that stuff. So 20 years ago, that mentality may have worked. And you had, your rough and tough contractor that's doing the shingle laying himself, and he's running the business, and he's got, his accountant on the side that's helping him, but he doesn't know, all the different possibilities with the CRMs, nor does he probably care. That's not his forte. That's not where he's, excelling, and that's not where he's doing the things that he enjoys. But now you've got people like me and other admins and other marketing professionals that are in these roofing businesses, and they know what it needs. They see the need, and they see that it is a possibility. It's just finding someone to listen and say, okay, you're telling me that you do need this. Let's consider, why do you need that? What would it look like? How would it change your business? Could it help other people? But just someone willing to have that conversation is what's so huge.
You said two things. The first was several minutes ago about essentially integrity. So it's like, hey, we actually, because I deeply care about, if we're going to sell, like when AJ and I were getting together, like, okay, we're going to sell to other contractors. Well, I want to be able to sleep at night. Be like, hey, we're selling something to them that I would use in my business, that I care about, that we're not just checking a box. It really matters, because I want those people. It's very emotional to watch the success of other contractors just because they bought our software.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a huge, huge thing. And then you're exactly right. The second point is the types of contractors that you and I are definitely minority still. However, that group is growing, and it is, you can't trick us. Like you said, we care about those things. We want it to work. We want to communicate. We actually do care about our customers. We are not just trying to sling shingles and sell roofs. We're trying to actually have that long-term, real relationship in our community. Oklahoma City, this reminds me, I think it's Kansas, not Oklahoma, Kansas. Their average roofing contractor, the LLC, lasts 11 months. And
probably
so
Oklahoma too.
it's just like the storm area of the world. So, but that group is shrinking. Like, fortunately for the homeowners, because now we have owners who want to do the right thing, and they want to buy software that actually helps them continue that relationship with their homeowners long term. Because we have all those long-term like referral drips with Proline coming from our phone numbers, and like we get referrals 6 months later, 8 months later, because we want to keep that relationship. So it's those 2 points are really, really important, that we want to sleep at night by the things that we offer. Is Proline a good fit, or is it not? And then the group, the high integrity business owners that own roofing businesses, is fortunately increasing in size. So
Yep.
it's a really good point that you're making, that you're exactly right. We're not going to trick anybody.
Yeah.
That group is shrinking.
You know, we think of it as like, okay, we're willing to give on, does this help me and my business? And will this help me day to day? Like, I would be willing to have 4 different, you know, platforms if it meant that it was helping me. Like, I'll juggle through all that. But at the end of the day, our deciding factor is, how is this making our process easy for our customer? Is it clear? Is it simple? Is it easy for them to open it up and understand? Is there any question or issue that they're going to have? And that's where we make our decisions, right? Like, it's helpful for us, and like, we have to have, you know, business things, but at the end of the day, it's like we sit and we ask, like, okay, is this affecting our customer? Does this help our customer? Will this benefit our customer? And that's where that piece was just missing. Like, there was just that missing piece. It was like all these CRMs were about the business, and that's great. Like, we have to have the help as the business, but I want you to care about my customer. I want you to care about how I see my customer and how I'm helping my customer. And I don't remember like what clicked when it was like, okay, that's what Proline cares about. Like, you care about us doing well, but you also care about how we are presenting ourselves to our customer, and that we're presenting ourselves how we want. And that's what we've gotten with Proline. We've gotten ourselves presented as, you know, the communicators, the educators, all that stuff. And it's clean and simple process, and our customers get that. And a lot of that is due to Proline.